real estate and racing. Together, we'll explore what connects these two worlds.
And sportsmanship for us is not just marketing. This is not only about supporting the motorsport. Our passion and love towards cars transcends even into our project.
Getting good result in the end, it's a mental things usually. That's what's difference between the winners and others.
Today, people have the opportunity to ask a racing driver about his daily life.
It looks like we are lucky guys who just doing the perfect job. But before you become this level, you need to work hard.
When he's driving, it's like 100 degrees inside the car, and I saw you going out of your Lamborghini and you almost were steaming.
Every braking, it's around 80 kilograms with one foot, and you need to continue lap by lap at least 3 hours.
That's a dangerous track.
We have a speed to 180 and we drop to 70, so 210 kph down in 100 meters.
What's more challenging, to build a high-rise tower or a high-performance car?
Science and technology allow to make better cars. Same for real estate. Development and engineering allow to make efficient and fast buildings.
What the top speed you can run with a building?
Welcome back to the Merid Talks podcast. I'm your host, Harley Jenner, and in every episode, we go beyond property to explore how great people and bold ideas design the way we live, work, and connect. Today, I'm joined, as usual, by two wonderful people. The first to join us is Bogdan Maximov. Bogdan has experience spanning London, Moscow, and Dubai. He has worked on multi-million-dollar deals from international financing and acquisitions to landmark developments. Today, he's the project director at Merid, leading the development of iconic residences designed by Pininfarina here in Dubai Internet City. And the next guest to join us today is Ivan Ekelchik, our motorsports ambassador, a rising talent and the driver proudly sponsored by Merid. Ivan transitioned from karting to GT racing in 2023, and today he competes behind the wheel of a Lamborghini. Bogdan, Ivan, thank you very much for joining us today. So at Merid, we often say that true excellence starts with passion, and few things capture that better than real estate and racing. Together, we'll explore what connects these two worlds and how Merid's love of design and motorsports runs through everything we build. So people are wondering why Merid tapped into the world of motorsport and chose to sponsor a young racing talent like Ivan. Bogdan, as part of Merid's leadership team, can you please share what stands behind this sponsorship and how does that connect to the company's DNA?
Thank you, Harley. Pleasure to be here again. Now, speaking from the Merid executive team, every single individual is passionate about motorsport, and we all love racing and adrenaline. So it makes us natural to support Ivan in his ascendance to the grand prize. And sportsmanship for us is not just marketing. We are intrigued to sponsor and support a young rising talent, who Ivan is. Additionally, this is not only about supporting the motorsport, we're also, our passion and love towards cars transcends even into our projects. So, for example, Iconic Residences is designed by Pininfarina, who is the world-renowned car designer that started to design buildings as well.
So today, people who usually only see race highlights have the opportunity to ask a racing driver about his daily life. You are driving a Lamborghini. We'd like to know about the behind the scenes of racing. So what does a typical day in your life look like?
Hello guys, I'm really happy to be here. It's a big pleasure to be here in the office. It's a beautiful office actually, and yeah, I just like to every second I spend here with you guys. Yeah, usually the sportsman life is kind of busy with many tasks of what you need to do. It's a discipline. It's always discipline with many things. It's food, firstly. Secondly, you need to have a good sport regime. Like I do sport at least 2 times a week, and it's really important to be fit and to perform well. But what's most important thing, how to perform well and getting good result in the end, it's a mental things usually. That's what's difference between the winners and others. It's a mental thing, but it's growing and it's building by your discipline firstly, I would say.
It's actually, yeah, I totally understand. I actually had the privilege of witnessing it firsthand, being at the Spa 24-hour race. I remember being behind the scenes, seeing how Ivan rests in between the races, how Ivan gets in the car and rolls off for the winning place. When you were behind in the garage, it's called, when you're in there, when you're seeing how everything, it's kind of beautiful, organized chaos, but chaos in the sense that because you're not part of the team, you don't understand what's happening, but everything is timed, everything is arranged. So your car where you rest, it has a massage, it has everything, so it's like a spa on wheels for you. So it's beautiful to see how everything is strictly arranged and how everybody runs around and how each and every second is precise from rest to driving.
Yeah, actually everything on a racetrack, actually everything in a team is around drivers, and it's a big privilege to be a racing driver actually. Yeah, and it's from the other side, it looks like we are lucky guys who just doing the perfect job, but yeah, it is. But as well, we need to do many things before you become this level. So you need to work hard and really be on point every time.
No, but also I think a lot of people don't understand. Obviously, you mentioned that it's hard to ascend, but it's also exceptionally hard for you to be in the spot. I remember seeing you getting out of the car, and I think people think, oh, you're sitting in the car and you drive. Well, when he's driving, it's like 100 degrees inside the car, and I saw you going out of your Lamborghini, and you almost were steaming. So it is like a sauna inside. So guys, it's not an easy task. Imagine yourself for, 6 hours non-stop in the 80-degree sauna?
No, actually, the biggest stint what we do, it's like 3 hours in a car. So it's not 6, but it's kind a lot to become steamed behind the steering wheel. Yeah, actually, it's physically difficult to drive the car. It's not easy. The G-force on the neck, it's around 4 or 5 G in the corners, so it's kind of a lot. Also, the second difficult part, it's a braking. Every braking, it's around 80 kilograms with 1 foot, and you need to continue and do it stable and really precise, lap by lap, at least 3 hours. So it's kind of
Can
difficult.
you tell this? So obviously there is places where you need to speed and then you need to brake before the turn. What is so before the turn? What is your speed usually? Like, let's say, what's the biggest drop you need to do?
I would say the biggest one in a Monza, it's in Italy track, close to the Pininfarina, actually, close to the Milan. And do they have an office in Milan, actually?
Pininfarina does.
Yeah, so it's close to the Pininfarina. And yeah, Monza, it's really famous and well-known track in the world.
That's a dangerous track?
It's one of the track from F1 movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the key.
Is that the one where they had a crash?
Yeah, exactly. In a parabolica, in the last corner. So after this corner, on the main straight, we have a speed to 180, and we dropped from 150 meters. We dropped to 70. So
Wow.
210 kph down in 100 meters.
So that must take a toll
and
on your
there
body.
is a braking like pressure on a pedal is around 110 bars, so it's kind of 80 kilograms.
So how long does it take you to recover from these races?
It depends how well you prepared before, firstly, and it depends how you perform in a moment, how many pressure you put on yourself, especially mentally. Again, physically, you always the same level of difficulties. Yeah, for sure, some tracks is more difficult physically, but mostly you spend more mentally problems, like in the head. Yeah.
What are your favorite ways to recover? Well, like sauna, massage, ice bath?
And maybe none of those.
Everything, actually, yeah, it's to be in some quiet and beautiful place, actually. It's kind of common with what Merit doing, actually. Yeah, I would say the perfect recovering for me, it's going to some kind of resort. Yeah, or just come back home, because some homes and apartments is kind of resorts.
Yeah, looks like you're a perfect client for one of our iconic residences apartments.
And our new Riviera residences in
Actually,
Abu Dhabi.
Riviera might be even more for you. Beautiful beach, beautiful sound. You can always enjoy the amenities, always enjoy the sunrise and sundown of Abu Dhabi. All relaxed, all with sun.
Yoga studio,
You know
plunge
how to buy
pool.
me,
So engineering plays a huge role in both racing and construction. Bogdan, in your view, what's more challenging, to build a high-rise tower or a high-performance car?
Oof, it's a very tough one because both elements are exceptionally hard to build. I mean, it took us hundreds of years to get to where we are. So now we have designed perfect buildings that define all gravity, and I think we designed the perfect cars, which do miracles in terms of the performance and safety as well. Those two. So speaking from the real estate part, I would say obviously engineering is one of the most critical aspects, as it what allows us to build those magnificent buildings. Each centimeter and each meter should be calculated to the precision so that you distribute the weight equally so that the building holds. And you also have to calculate meters appropriately so that the experience of the client when they walk into an apartment actually matches with their expectations and it's actually thought and comfortable. All this comes from engineering and calculation.
Yeah, it's kind of equal in motorsport, especially, and how it works with the cars. All the normal, regular cars technologies producing now, it was tested in motorsport in the past. So, let's say the electro hybrids engines and so on. It's a past generation of formulas, past generation of some cars, and it makes our cars now really easy and really beautiful to driving and really safely. Yes. So it's for me it's equal things. It's really precise, calculated things of engineering, which brands did and doing to make our life better.
You make sure that you drive to your highest performance, and we make sure you rest to your highest comfort. And actually, fun fact, so talking about engineering, we all know that wind testing to assess the aerodynamics of the car is one of the most critical tests. Fun fact, did you know that actually the wind testing comes from the real estate? Specifically, it was used in the test of the bridges and the structures before it used in the car.
I didn't know it, but it's actually kind of cool fact. I thought actually it's come to the buildings from the motorsport.
I ChatGPT'd it before, and I have to verify it came. First came the structures, and then it went into the cars. And actually, one of the reasons why we believe that Pininfarina is such a great, not only the car designer, but also buildings designer, because in Turin, they have a specific building that's dedicated to the wind testing, and there they designed multiple cars from electric vehicles to the full diesel and the benzene engines, and all those cars were tested in this tunnel to make the most aerodynamic and the most efficient design. Same with their buildings. So the buildings that they designed for us and for their other clients, they all go through the same aerodynamic and wind test to assess how they make the curves in the facade in such a way that the wind actually has less impact on the building so that it doesn't wiggle and doesn't wave. So this is one of the strengths of Pininfarina, being both the car designer and the architectural bureau, is that they're able to utilize this wind testing technology.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. What the top speed you can run with the building then?
Top speed I can run with the building?
Yeah.
I would say 1 floor per week.
Great.
We're going up.
Great.
No, I'll beat that. Actually, we're now beating our record. So it's 5 days. It takes us 5 days to raise the slab. So
it's really fast. Actually, it's insane.
Definitely, it comes back to the engineering. So now we're using the Formworks technology, which is purely engineering idea. How instead of just putting the forms above the concrete and pouring it, you already have a pre-ready form, and it just goes up in the building, and you just keep filling and filling. So it's same as for motor industry, developments in technology allow to make better cars. Same for real estate, developments in engineering allow to make efficient and fast buildings.
Actually,
and safe.
Fun fact from motorsport. Let's say you have been in a 24-hour Spa racing this year, and the team spent the full day, 24 hours before the race, to fully rebuild the car. They fully unplug everything and change for the new.
And just start from scratch?
Yes, everything.
Okay.
We started on a fully new car. Yeah.
To make sure there's nothing wrong.
Nothing, yes. Yeah, to be sure that the car is fully prepared to the race. Yeah, and everything will work for 24 hours because 24 hours full speed.
And you use the same car for that 24 hours?
Yeah.
But actually, I remember, so there was one fun fact that I was amazed by. So obviously you drive Lamborghini,
Yes.
and that Lamborghini is Huracan, right?
Right.
But tell us how much in the car that you drive is left from the original car?
Engine.
Oh, really?
Actually, engine, we have less power on a racing car than the road car because of the restrictions in the regulations. But also we have the main part of the body, but the rest car is completely different compared to the stock car.
And the headlights as well a bit.
No. We have a different.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So just engine and like two bumps. Huh?
The rest part, it's completely designed new. So the company producing this in a motorsport department, it is completely different. If you put the two Huracans, like stock one and the racing, it's like one and a half car bigger than the stock one actually. But from on a picture, it looks quite similar.
Yeah, I remember I came to this and I was like, I know this car, but wait, I know it's Lamborghini, I know, but why is it like so much bigger than the original one? I remember.
But the difference on a racetrack on a time in Monza, it's more than half a minute from one lap.
Huge difference, especially when every second counts.
Yes, and it's less power than stock car. Even like this, yeah. But weight is quite similar, I would say.
Is the car tweaked differently and built differently for each race, or is it the same car?
Generally, it's the same car, but some setups and some settings of the car is completely different from track to track. Yeah, and it's different. Let's say for any driver. Let's say you like more sharp car, which you just turning and it goes to the corner, and let's say I like more lazy car, I turn and it's need time and it's a different setup, but it's generally the same car. Yeah, but you can change it. The same as you have a like apartment and you want to have more like more stylish, more luxury, or more regular, more.
Exactly. I wanted to highlight that same with buildings. Obviously, building is a building. Everywhere is the same thing. Concrete, a couple of slabs, and you have the apartments. But there is a different building. Let's say the one you build in close to the sea, and a different building they build in downtown. You need the bigger balconies because it depends on location, it depends on the client, and different client needs different things. So, as a building same as car, for each client and for each location is designed differently.
Maybe depending on the weather as well.
Oh, the weather condition, of course, yeah.
Buildings and cars.
Yeah, wet tires or dry tires.
Yeah, heating or cooling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Car brands play a crucial role in motorsport. And today we're seeing more automotive companies entering the real estate space. What brands would you highlight in both industries that represent quality and performance?
I guess, well, for us, it's definitely Pininfarina as a designer, and obviously those are the ones who we work with. And definitely the car brands are entering the market. There is way more. I would say Dubai and Miami are being the two leading cities in terms of car brands in the buildings. And I would say that a lot of the buildings are not really thought of. So you have a building, you slap the brand on top of it, but all it does, apart from just being slapped brand. But there is a couple of really good examples. I would say one of them stands out is the one where your approach of my automobile industry is completely linked with the building itself, which makes sense. I would say those are all the Pininfarina buildings because they actually integrate their design and automobile aesthetics into the buildings, and the Porsche Tower, which allows you which has a special elevator that allows you to park your car in the building, on your own floor in your apartment.
Great.
It's great. I heard about it. I saw the photos of this building. It's really hilarious, I would say. But one day I would love to see the building, let's say Lamborghini, and only for owner of Lamborghini. I say it could happen in Dubai, let's say, the only Lamborghini cars in this building and the owners of Lamborghini. It could be cool, yeah.
We'll be working aggressively and heavily to hopefully one day work with Lamborghini. Can we even say this actually? I thought we were all Ferrari.
Maybe we have to get permission first.
I just drove Lamborghini this year. That's why I'm asking about Lamborghini. But yeah.
And is that your favorite? Is that your favorite car to drive so far?
No, I can't say that. Actually, one of my favorite cars, which I prefer to drive daily, it's BMW.
Oof.
Yeah, so I'm one of those guy who not using the blinkers. So
Yeah, you drive fast enough during your work so you can relax during your personal time.
Yes, yeah, for me it's a perfect car.
Would you love to live in a BMW building?
Yes.
What should a BMW building have for it to be a true BMW?
I think it's let's say brand, and it should moving. Actually, maybe on a top level, it should like the restaurant.
A rotating penthouse.
And it's rotating, yeah. And it should be, I don't know, like a tire, around, maybe.
A new architect.
Actually, I did a video, not funny, but the marketing video, where I tried to make my own, let's say, dream building of Merit. Yeah, you should see it.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely check it out.
Maybe we can show some clips at the end of this podcast. So as we wrap up, Bogdan, what makes Pininfarina design of iconic residences so special?
Well, Pininfarina is special in multiple ways, but to highlight it, it's the architecture meets the technology. Architecture being their famous approach to curves, and technology being their way of testing, as in again with the wind and the assessments. All this together creates this elegance, this glamorous Italian classic, yet very modern and very innovative design that transcends from all their buildings. And you can see actually, obviously their design changes and evolves, but if you look at the very first car designed by Pininfarina and the current Pininfarina car, or the building for that matter, you can still see those curves, those elements which create this aerodynamic efficiency and elegance.
Okay.
So for me, this is this combination of architecture, design, and the technology that puts it all together.
Great. So I would like to end this podcast by asking a few questions that I ask all of our guests. So Ivan, what does luxury mean to you?
I think it's all about the personalized things, what really needs you and fits you, like a bespoke suit. It's something about the luxury. For me, it is like this.
Okay. And what matters the most to you when choosing a home?
The view.
Okay.
Details, the small details, and the comfort. So I prefer to live in comfort, really.
In iconic comfort.
In 2027.
I will buy 2. Salt.
And what do
Where to sign?
What do you think will matter most in homes of the future?
I'm telling about my future. Mm-hmm. The best garage. Maybe some. I think the in the future it's really important the amenities actually. If we're serious, the amenities things like a lot of development companies thinking about what needs, especially the groups of people who will buy it and what they need to use it daily, weekly, and so on. And for me, it should be a really good garage.
That's something that we also have, actually, a VIP garage. 2 spaces and connectivity and all you want. I have a better reply for what is true luxury than my previous reply.
Okay, what is your new response?
0 unread messages in Outlook.
That would be very nice. And on
That's
WhatsApp.
a true luxury. And WhatsApp as well. Just unread messages and no new messages. That will be... That's definitely luxury. One day.
One day. Well, thank you both for joining me on this podcast, and I hope to have you on again very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here. Bye.
Screw it, I leave this spot for the mirrors. It's so good that I'm just a racing driver.